Hello, you just reached MRN Crew Call, presented by Hercules Tires and Grunt Style Apparel. We're currently tying up phone lines and burning through cell minutes to get you closer to the guys on top of the boxes and over the wall down on pit road. Thank you for holding. You are now being connected to your hosts, Sammi Jo Francis and Rocko Williams.
Welcome to another edition of MRN Crew Call, presented by Hercules Tires and Grunt Style Apparel. We've got a newbie on set today. I'm Sammi Jo Francis.
And I'm your boy, Rocko Williams.
And this is Dustin. I'm sorry that you had to follow that. I didn't want that for you. Dustin Lineback.
It's hard to follow up, old slow dog.
The Dustin Lineback, the best that ever did it, the best out there. Tire carrier, jackman extraordinaire for Hendrick Motorsports, number 88, Alex Bowman, and also was the tire carrier for the Junior in Junior Nation, Dale Junior.
You don't pronounce the J. That's
no,
what I
you don't pronounce the J.
Yeah.
Am I right by that?
We call him Junebug.
Junebug or Junior. That's how you do it. But anyways, he's gone. Alex Bowman's in that seat now, and you're on the 88 now in the new 5-man pit crew role as a jackman tire carrier, balling out on him.
How is that with a different driver?
Well, we had a chance to pit with Alex.
Yeah.
When Dale was kind of going through his injury, so it's not anything new, but it's coming along pretty smoothly, you know, and because it's the same group of guys. And when he stepped in the car full time, everyone was pretty excited. Because he did well. We did really well in Phoenix. We almost won that race when he stepped in.
And you were familiar with him?
Yeah. So on pit road, you know, he stops great, he leaves great. And, you know, as you know, that makes it easier to pit.
Shout out your boys in the 88 team. Sorry, Sam.
No, you're fine.
Who's on that team?
We still got the guys from last year. The only one we don't have now is Nick Covey, which was, I think, the best jackman on pit road. And but we got up front, changing tires of Scotty Brzezowski.
Scotty B.
As you know, because you've had, how many years were you with him?
I can't remember. That's another one of my sons, and I say that on TV.
We blame CTE for not remembering how many years.
Yes.
Well, we got Scotty up front, and he's holding it down like always. And then Delvin Del Rico, he's changing rears, and then Rowdy Harrell's the carrier. And then Jacob Conley's our gas man.
How was last week for you at Bristol?
Well, to us, it wasn't as good as what should have been. You know, on pit road, I think the scale where it is, I think it was okay. You know, a decent day, a top 10 day on pit road. But
did anything particularly go wrong?
We did have a loose wheel. You know, at Bristol, it's hard to get the wheels tight. That's I think the hardest track to have tight wheels. But
did you have anybody fall on pit road?
I don't think we had anyone fall.
So I don't know if you saw, you know, how many weeks ago, Rocko?
It's been about 2 days ago. I think it happened yesterday.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you're still recovering. But
Yes.
This was Rocco's first week back.
Yes, I was at Bristol as well. It was my first week actually doing pit stops. I took Michigan off. I took the week off.
And Coach Horton was there to tape you up.
I had to talk to Coach Horton. He was a certified athletic trainer for the Milwaukee Bucks, and he's retired from that. You know, he focuses on what he does now. But he came out of retirement just to make sure he concocted this special tape job that would prevent me from re-injuring it. You know, worse. You know,
That's good.
He Geno Monahan.
Yes.
You know,
you gotta have him.
It's very, you know, involved, and you didn't want to get taped up prior to the race. You're there so long.
Yep.
So convinced him to ride with me to Bristol, and he taped me up right about an hour before the racetrack, and it was, you know, that was the difference maker. That was the difference
maker. That's a good ride or die
Yeah.
to have on your side. But we have a recap, which you're welcome. We've got some slaw cam footage for you.
Slaw cam.
Let's check.
Bristol bound. We're here. We made it. We're here. We're going the right way?
Yep, just straight down this road. Bristol, the track's gonna be on the left.
You don't really act excited. I know I forced you out of damn retirement from athletic training, but I need you here. I appreciate you coming.
Well, you know,
Hotline.
I'd rather cuss out an athlete than take care of one.
Here we go at Bristol.
Nah, those people, they all right.
The last great Coliseum. We're here, Coach. teaching tool for the new recruits. How to tape a box. You gotta get the dimensions from here to here. And I'm gonna get an expert jackman to explain that to you.
Hey, you don't think I teach him properly?
You know how to do it? What's the dimension?
7 or 9, depending on the stall, from there to there and from the wall to here.
Coach, you feeling good? How do you feel about my performance?
I think you're gonna be all right. You know, we practiced a lot. You know, we did all of it. I mean, you know,
We did.
Did all the necessary treatments and did what I asked you to do, and I think you'll do just fine.
We're starting on the pole. Christopher Bell. Starting on the pole with Christopher Bell.
How's it feel?
I don't feel any pain.
Nothing at all?
No pain. The only thing that bothers me is not being able to get as low as I want on my indexes, but it's fine. You know, my rolls haven't been perfect. But
we just have to get the range of motion.
how was your Bristol race?
Good.
See you carrying your jack
good,
out.
man.
You did all right? What truck did you do?
04.
So besides them not feeding you,
Hey,
How were your
I
pit
enjoyed my
stops?
time. They did feed me. They gave me some hot dogs.
you didn't even ask me how I did with my bum leg. Go ahead,
If you
ask me.
out there, you good, right?
So you knew I was gonna be all right?
Yeah.
Do you have any doubt whatsoever?
Nah, man, for what?
You hear that? They don't even doubt the
Look at him.
slowness.
Put the camera on him. He going the wrong way.
We had a chance. We had a chance. You know, we had a good long run car. 50 laps to go, our power steering went out. Oh, Christopher Bell, man, he's a wheel man. I gotta admit, my leg is a little sore right now. You know, it's a little bit different doing practice stops compared to race day stops. So.
I mean, that is what you talk about when you practice. You can practice and be perfect in practice every single time, but the variables of race day.
Parking lot 500. Adrenaline gets going. I think the adrenaline might have helped me. That first stop, I was a little embarrassed that we had Dustin Lineback in here to witness that. You know, those tire
He
indexes.
just said when watching it, don't laugh at my indexes.
Those tire indexes weren't on par with Lineback status. But at the same time, that was my first stop, so I was a little nervous. I got it right on the second stop. You know, my tire roller. It's very important, right? Left side.
That's huge. Most important guy, I think, to the 5-man pit stop is the guy rolling in that left rear.
We had a lug nut right in the spot where the tire, I like my tire all the way against the car.
Okay.
So you come off the handle, I hop and stick it
Grab
on.
and go.
It stopped halfway and just threw me off. Not making excuses, but
Sounds like an excuse.
I've seen you hang a lot of good tires.
I figured it out on the second
I
stop.
mean, you have enough in your record to show that you're good at
Well,
it.
yeah.
It's not your first rodeo.
Used to be.
But we will be back with more Dustin Lineback and more MRN Crew Call right after this.
Citywide to countryside, whatever you drive, wherever you go. Hercules Tires has the value, selection, and industry-leading warranty to get you there, no matter where the road takes you. To learn more, visit HerculesTire.com. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength.
Grunt Style. The American fighting spirit is in everything we make. We are 500 patriots and veterans strong, bringing clothing manufacturing back to the United States of America. Always moving forward, never retreating, never giving up. We are Grunt Style, and this we'll defend. Get yours at gruntstyle.com.
MRN.com. Original online audio, video, and digital content. Need the latest information on each week's races? Check out the MRN.com Race Center. Need to find your local radio station for MRN original programs and Camping World Truck, Xfinity, and Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series races? Go to Stations on MRN.com. All the latest NASCAR news and opinion pieces, race schedules, driver standings, and archives of MRN programs, MRN race broadcasts, and so much more. MRN.com.
Hello, MRN Crew Call. Uh-huh. All right. Okay. Well, let me transfer you to someone who actually cares. Here's Sammi Jo and Rocko.
All right, welcome back to MRN Crew Call, presented by Hercules Tires and Grunt Style Apparel. This is what's fun about having guests in studio. I get to hear them dog Rocko or Rocko's school. It's great.
Yes.
So let's just focus on you, Dustin.
Go Deeks. Demon Deacons for life.
So I'm sitting next to a pirate, ECU.
Oh, dirty pirate.
Tell me about how you got into NASCAR.
Well, I played football at ECU, and then obviously
What position did you play?
I played linebacker.
Okay.
Who was your quarterback at the time?
Well, we had
Wait, can we just focus that
three
he played?
different ones. We had Pat Pinkney, Dominic Davis, and Rob Cass.
Okay.
So
Wait, he said he was a
Never heard-
linebacker, and your last name is Lineback. I feel like you didn't really have an option there.
I talked about that every day in the media darlings show after practice. That was the first thing.
Never heard of those players you just said. Never heard of any of those
Oh,
players.
really?
Okay, anyways, go ahead. I'm sorry, I digress. Go ahead.
No, but I played at ECU, and then I tried to go to the NFL, came out during the lockout year, ended up signing with the UFL, with the Virginia Destroyers.
Okay.
And then that didn't last very long. Then I tried to go play in the CFL, and then I said, you know what, let's just transition to NASCAR. I had a family friend, Jason Hunt. He always told me, like, hey, I can call a couple guys, maybe get you in. And I was like, well, let's see how that works out. You know, I wasn't
Right.
sure. You know, and then one 4th of July, I met this guy, Matt Skeen. He was our strength conditioning coach.
Where'd you meet him at?
I met him at Loggerheads down in Wrightsville Beach.
Okay.
On the 4th of July.
So a beach bar. I'm sensing a trend here.
Yeah, and then so we got to talking, and he was like, "Man, you'd be a perfect candidate for one of our developmental guys that we bring in and train, the ex-college pro football players, baseball, you know, just like yourself." I mean, and so I was like, "Yeah, opportunity sounded great." So obviously, I called him, I called Jason, and then they got me in touch with Walt Smith. He's a longtime pit coach. He's did a lot of pit stops. He pitted for Darrell Waltrip for a long time.
Wow.
In 17, he was a jack man.
Yeah.
And so he kind of brought me in. He introduced me to Chris Berkey and Andy Papa. And at the time, they were running the Hendrick Motorsports developmental program. So they threw me in there, and I was like, awesome. You know, I had a job. And
So you've been with Hendrick the whole time?
Been with Hendrick the whole time, yep.
See, these teams are having these combines where they're bringing in these ex-athletes and training them up, and Hendrick has come a long way with their combine and their developmental program. I mean, the guys have progressed, and even if it doesn't work out for you at Hendrick Motorsports, you'll have, being that you've trained there, it's safe to say you'll have a job on another team easily.
I would think so, too.
Maybe right away.
Which brings me to my next topic. It is a contract year for somebody here.
How long have
and
you
it's
been
not me
there?
or Rocko.
This is, I've been there since September of 2010.
So it's your 7th year.
Yep.
7th season.
Wait, what? Since 2010, it's 2018.
So I'm going on 8.
So
September
going
will
on
be
8.
8. Yeah.
Okay.
September will be the 8th year. I'm on 7 currently.
This shit.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
I've been there for a long time.
We don't
home.
math on this show.
So if I remember correctly, you can't talk to any other team until a certain date, you know, but it is exciting. I remember my contract year, however many I had, but it's exciting time. You know, they evaluate
So
you.
what's a contract year? What does that mean?
Most people sign either a 2 to 3 year contract that the term states that you stay at this company and you pit for a certain team.
Do you have to sign a non-compete during that?
Yes,
Okay.
it is a non-compete. You know, that way if you decided to quit or whatever you wanted to do.
You can't go to the other
you can't
competition.
just go compete against them.
Right.
Which is, I think, good for the sport.
Yeah.
But
Of course, you're not going anywhere.
No.
You would never leave a place like Hendrick Motorsports.
No.
Well, he can't talk about it until October 1st.
And I want, you know.
No need to talk about it. He's not going anywhere. He's the
That's
best
right.
that ever did it. He's
Right.
the best. That's the best stays at Hendrick.
So
Motorsports.
what's the purpose of a contract year?
Well, it's obviously there's a financial, burden that comes with it.
Right.
That's a byproduct of what we do. And I think this year is critical because we went from 6 men to 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I got lucky that Jeff Carr in 2011 taught me how to jack. and then I had guys help me how to carry, tell me how to carry. So when I mix those two with this new style, it helps me out because now it's a new game.
So let's translate that for the common person who doesn't really follow. Okay, back in the day, well, not back in the day, just not too long ago, it was all about the tire changers.
Yes.
Your tire changers were the one who could really manipulate the stop into a very good stop or a bad stop. It was all on their shoulders. Make a break, the pit stop.
They were the speed.
Yes. With 5 men, that has changed.
It has.
It has changed, and it has transformed to it's all predicated around the jackman. That jackman, that dual-person jackman, or that dual-person carrier who can do 2 jobs. That is jack the car and index a tire, but not just do it. Not do it the way I just did it on a slaw cam, but I'm talking about do it in a way, and I think we have some video on that too. If you can show the video, you can see it. That this was a video Dustin sent me.
Give the common person some help over here.
Like what you're gonna see here is, watch this. Boom, index, tire, black.
That was back in the in the winter when we were training.
Listen to my sound effects. Boom, splat.
And we had a time, we time it from the right side drop to the left rear index when it hits the back plate. Not just on the studs, when it's got to hit the back plate for tight wheels. And at the time, we were like, as long as you're under 6 seconds, we're going to be good.
Yep.
Now, I mean, at the racetrack, we've timed some at the 5.0s, 5.1s.
You're just getting better.
I'm going to tell you what
it's dropped a second.
I'm going to tell you what time that we look for is from end of the handle to tire against the hub. 2.5 seconds or better. That is the key. And however you get it there, you know, whether you're hopping there, whether you're walking, whatever the case may be, when you jack that left side handle and when you put that tire on 2.5 seconds, you're going to have a good stop. And that's going to constantly get faster.
Yes.
Especially when the left-handed jack is introduced.
Which we introduced.
Enough on the video? I want you to see his face, Dustin's face.
Left-handed jack, I haven't heard of that.
Yeah.
That would help me because I have to jack on the right side.
Times are going to get faster, especially when a left-handed jack is introduced.
Left-handed jack.
Make sure you watched the show last week. And
I don't know about this.
It's breaking. It's breaking
got
news
some new
as
stuff
of last
coming
week.
out here. I don't know. I might need to throw this in my new deal.
Groundbreaking.
So at the end of the day, we want to know if you're going to come back here when you do get the contract and make it rain.
Yeah, sure. I'll take everybody out to eat. We'll go. We'll get some big beers.
All right.
And this is important on multi levels, being that the fact that yes, they did take a crew member away. Yes, the jackman and the carrier has become the role, the most pivotal role on there. But at the same time, you hear so much talk as far as us and as it relates to our livelihood, to do our job. The feeling of being underappreciated, really not making a difference to the stop when we know as crew members that we do.
Yeah.
And we are just as important. So therefore, what you're doing here, you can set the precedence down the line for a lot of other future jackman and crew members on what happens in the future. So
I agree, and we're doing that. You know, Hendrick's working with me, and I believe the scale has risen in a pretty quickly manner. So
yeah,
it's going to be good for all of us.
Yeah, well, we will look forward to hearing what contract you come up with. It is STP week here, so of course we have to shout out our STP. If you're looking for more power under your hood, start at the gas tank with STP Ultra 5-in-1 Fuel System Cleaner. STP inside every good machine. We'll be back with more MRN Crew Call right after this.
I'm former crew chief and STP auto expert Steve Letarte. Does your engine feel like it's down on power? It could be caused by deposits on fuel injectors, engine valves, and combustion chambers. An easy way to help clean up your fuel system and restore lost power is through the gas tank with STP Ultra 5-in-1 Fuel System Cleaner. One bottle contains 3 times the amount of cleaning agents versus the leading premium gasoline to help keep your engine running strong. STP inside every great machine.
One bottle contains 3 times by weight the amount of cleaning agents and 35 gallons of the leading premium gasoline.
Clutch Coffee Bar in Mooresville, North Carolina is redefining the drive-thru coffee game in Race City, USA. The Clutch experience is quick, efficient, and personal. Unmatched customer service is the name of the game. Clutch Coffee Bar offers signature espresso drinks, classic coffees, custom-flavored infused energy drinks, smoothies, and more. With over 25 flavors, there's something for everyone. Visit our 2 locations in Mooresville, 356 Williamson Road and 154 West Plaza Drive. Open daily 5 a.m. till 9 p.m. Power up today with Clutch Coffee Bar.
When the smoke settles, the entertainment never stops.
It's all a family sport.
On race weekends, your favorite NASCAR personality is an everyday superhero.
Brad Keselowski will win.
But when they leave the racetrack, they're just like everyone else.
We just have to find the value package that connects a new generation of fans.
I'm Susie Armstrong. Join me on a daily journey as we discuss the hot topics and engaging personalities of NASCAR Nation. Ned Jarrett's World of Racing, weekdays on the Motor Racing Network.
Hello. You've reached the Fantasy Hotline. This is Candy. What flavor? Oh, that's the other job. Oh, you've reached MRN Crew Call. Here's Sammi Jo and Rocko.
Welcome back to MRN Crew Call, presented by Hercules Tires and Grunt Style Apparel.
Calm down, Dustin. I know you like that.
That rejoin.
That rejoin.
Yeah, well, you can do that in your off time, which you'll have plenty of this week. The Cup Series is off at least. What are your plans?
My girlfriend and I, we're going to head down to Charleston area.
Great.
We got some family down there in the Mount Pleasant. They live
Area.
around there, so we're going to go down there till Saturday.
Enjoy the summer. Actually, it shouldn't be too busy because most kids are back in school.
Yep.
What's your girlfriend's name?
Amy Ashcraft.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she's outside.
How tall is she?
She is about 5'9".
Okay. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah,
She's tall.
She is tall.
She's taller than you.
Well, I'm 5'11 3/4.
So she'll be wearing flip-flops with you?
Yeah, well,
All right.
we're excited about going down there. The weather's going to be good. It's supposed to rain on the way down, which is fine. And we have the rest of the week.
How difficult is it to kind of shut your brain off from work, NASCAR, go, 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 for, okay, let me take a second to breathe and enjoy the scenery?
It's tough, but for the most part, you just got to realize, hey, that week's over, last week's over. Let's try to relax. You still think about it. You know, you always are thinking about pit stops and your job.
Well, if you're passionate and you want to win,
I mean, it's it's kind of hard to relax sometimes when you just constantly. We everything we do is so fast and quick. So you're always thinking about it. Like, what can you do? What, I could have did this better, this better. And you just you can't get it settled until you get to practice. So but. We still know how to vacation a little bit.
What's your typical schedule on a week that you're not off?
So we'll start with Sunday. We'll start with the Sunday race. We race on Sunday. We'll fly home. And now we picked up a new schedule, and we practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Wow.
And then we have Thursday and Friday off. Because most of us at Hendrick, we do the Xfinity Series for Junior Motorsports.
Okay.
And so that it's almost a 5-day week. And then we get Thursday and Friday off, which is like a normal weekend for us. And it's nice. We've learned to kind of adapt on Monday. Our coaches work with us on the practice schedule. It's not 8 stops, like it used to be. They'll kind of whittle it down a little bit because they know we're a little sore. But having Thursday and Friday off, it lets our bodies completely heal up, and the times have been a little bit lower. Being fresh on the weekends.
And when did this new schedule start?
I believe we're about a month and a half, 2 months in.
Okay, so this is relatively new.
Yeah, it is. It is.
They're very conscious of, stuff like that, on how to keep the guys fresh, how to give you an edge at the track. And, let's talk about working out in your training. You're a pretty athletic guy.
How do you stay in shape? What do you do?
We have a strength conditioning program.
Wait, before you get there, let me show you a picture of this. Let me
Because Rocko likes to stay in shape too.
Let me just give y'all some history here. Look at this. Look at this, boy. Look at my son.
This is really what we were alluding to.
Look at my son.
Rocko just wanted to show his gym picture.
Well, we used to work out together.
Yeah, we did.
Carriers, we had our segment, and Darius Dewberry and Matt Skeen, they were our strength conditioning coaches for us carriers.
So how is your workout different than somebody else on the team?
Well, okay, you look at a jackman. He does more explosive movements running around the car, and
yes, we saw that with his calf.
Yes,
and exploded.
And it's different with us carriers. I think we need to be a little stronger because the tires are not getting any lighter. They're 65, 70 pounds.
So more upper body.
Yes, and you also we hit a lot of squats and lower body stuff. And I think you can be a little bit bigger as a carrier. Some people would disagree with that. But as long as the changer understands that, hey, we're coming in with the tire, and the way we were taught, you stay on the left side of the studs, it stays out of the changer's way. And so you can be a little bit bigger if you can manipulate your patterns.
Right.
And so I think that helps.
So you just sound so comfortable speaking about this. So it is, like you said, it's not going to be, you're not going anywhere, obviously, but you'll definitely have a job somewhere. I mean, you're very comfortable in it. How has that progression been through your career? When you first started,
Let's
How
talk
green
year
were
one.
you?
Year
Oh, wow.
one, as brief as you can. What's the difference? Let's talk about the difference each year.
Okay.
Yourself personally, your mindset,
Right.
and how you treated pit stops to now. Year one.
Year one, I started on the 81 car with Jason Bowles, Xfinity Series, which was nationwide then, and then I had a cup roll with JJ Yaley.
Did you care about racing?
I still wanted to play football.
Okay, year two.
Oh.
Okay, year two, I got signed to the 88 car. I was a backup. Steve Letarte, he signed me as a backup gas man.
Okay.
So I transitioned roles from carrier to gas man. Okay, and then year three,
Did you care about racing year two?
started to really understand racing.
Okay, year three.
Year three, I ended up starting as a gas man for the Daytona 500.
That's
my
when
first start.
That's when it starts changing.
We won. First
Yep.
start, we won the Daytona 500.
You're hooked.
Yep.
Yep.
Did you care about racing?
Yes.
Yes.
Year four, we transitioned some guys around, and some guys left, and I ended up carrying.
Okay.
I started carrying fronts.
I remember
So
that.
you went back.
I went back to carrying tires
Okay.
from fueling, and then the last 4 years is when I learned how to compete at the track.
5, 6, and 7.
Yes.
Yeah.
5, 6, and 7. Really, almost 6 and 7. I
Yeah.
didn't know how to compete.
That's when it clicked.
Yes. You don't know how to compete during a pit stop, during a NASCAR race, until you did it, I'd say 4 years, 5
Yeah.
years.
Until
'Cause
you get into that
at first,
routine.
yeah, you don't want to mess up. When you get past the phase of messing up, then you can go fast. Then you can compete and try to win races.
You've got to get it all out your system. That's
have
why,
to.
And he's at a disadvantage because he's starting. He has to get his mess ups at Hendrick Motorsports.
On a Cup car.
Other guys have the
Yes.
advantage.
That's tough.
Like I preached to our developmental guys at Rev Racing with NASCAR Diversity that y'all have the advantage here because you can get all your mess ups you're learning on cars that
When
aren't competing to win.
When the spotlight's not so heavy.
So
on it.
therefore, you can get it figured out, and when you get to a team like HMS,
You can just hit the ball
you can
running.
show them
Yep.
what you're going, what you
Exactly.
got, and you don't have as many mess ups. So you doing it from the start at HMS shows a lot about your character, and your mindset, because that is tough.
It is.
It is tough. I didn't start.
Well,
at
he's the
Hendrick.
best to ever do it.
The
so.
best to ever do it. The best
And
out
it's
there.
helped me, with the 5-man stuff too. And
Yeah.
it's a lot of guys are still worried about hanging tires or getting the car up. I'm past that. We're to the point where we can compete. And I think that's why we show up to the racetrack and we gain some
Man,
points.
I would love to make this show an hour because I love talking to you, but we know that you've got a beach vacation to go to. So we'll be back with our Clutch Coffee Performer of the Week and back with more MRN Crew Call right after this.
Join MRN as we travel through the life of NASCAR's most popular driver, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. comes back to the Daytona International Speedway, leading the pack.
I won races that I never thought I'd win.
From growing up under the Earnhardt name to super speedway wins to Whiskey River, we dive into everything Dale Jr.
He's Rain Man for NASCAR history.
You know, we weren't the typical family that got to sit down to dinner together.
Tune in to Junior's Journey, available on iTunes for download only on the Motor Racing Network.
Here's a special message for those of you who owe the IRS at least $10,000 or more in back taxes. The IRS has special programs in place that could eliminate or reduce your tax debt by thousands of dollars. The IRS is currently accepting reduced settlements and other favorable programs. You may qualify for substantial savings, so get the help you need. Take down the number now for the Federal Tax Management Hotline, 800-242-1706, 800-242-1706.
It's Rip the Fence. Join two former voices of USAC, Dylan Welch and Tyler Burnett, on a ride like no other.
I can't really tell much stories because I don't want to get anybody in too much trouble.
As the two chat with the faces of traditional open-wheel racing.
I was 4 wheels in the fluff and hot laps, and my dad actually after hot laps says, if you do that again, we're parking it.
Catch up on prior episodes and get ready for the ride with Rip the Fence. Available for free to download on iTunes, SoundCloud, and the podcast app, or available on MRN.com.
Hello, MRN Crew Call.
This is Kyle Larson. I'm calling to speak with...
Hold, please.
No, wait. Don't put me on hold.
Ha! We don't do drivers here. This is MRN Crew Call. Here's Sammi Jo and Rocko.
Welcome back to MRN Crew Call, presented by Hercules Tires and Grunt Style Apparel. We're hanging out with Dustin Lineback, the best to ever do it.
Yes.
But he doesn't do it alone in the off season. You guys were training for a new system. Who'd you train with in the off season?
We had a few guys show up. Some guys went on vacation, but TJ Simke, he was there every day. Michael Oxendine, Scott Riddle, Kyle Tudor.
And they were in that video
that
we showed
yes.
earlier.
There was only a few of us that really understood, like, hey, this is a big transition, and it's his 6-man to 5-man. Someone better learn a new trait.
Yeah.
So we tried to pick it up as
or
fast
get
as
a
we
new
could.
job.
Yeah, or get out of the sport. You know.
Yes.
So all of us trained together. We helped each other. I taught those guys how to carry that didn't know how to carry. They helped me jack because I didn't know every detail about jacking. And that's the ultimate team thing. And that's none of us are on the same team.
Right.
We're all on different cars, and that's just how we did things.
But you're on a pit crew team. Like, you guys are family to an extent.
Pit crew is a family.
Yeah, for sure. Okay,
That's
so
pretty
TJ
clutch.
Simke. Tell me more about this guy.
TJ Simke is, I believe, the young, predecessor coming up. He's coming up.
He's a young gun.
He's very good. He's extremely athletic. He's huge. He's strong. And not only does he have those abilities,
Seems like he has the right mindset.
he's mentally tough, and he understands pit stops
That's
at
important.
an early. Just like I told you, it took me a couple years to learn how to compete. He's kind of past that stage of
With less time, you mean?
yes, with less time, because he's thrown in the fire on the 9 car with Chase Elliott. That's a top 5 car.
Yeah.
Competing for a championship, and that's the pressure that comes with that is it's a heavy load, and he's transitioned past it, and he's starting to really excel.
It's tunnel vision.
It is, yes.
Well, that needs no further explanation of why he is our clutch performer of the week. And you can see this clutch coffee bar. That is where he's going to get some free coffee.
Yes, free coffee, energy drinks, slockiatos, slock mochas, whatever you want. Clutch coffee bar. TJ.
For being a clutch performer.
Tyler Simke's his name. He likes to go
But
by
he goes
TJ.
by TJ.
Goes by TJ,
And he is a beast mode, beast mode.
And actually, you were our clutch performer a couple of weeks ago for the Xfinity
We couldn't
series.
catch up with Dustin for
So we
his
wanna present
performance,
you.
but you did have a great 2-tire stop putting tape on the grill as well. I saw that, which is
That's
extremely
a challenge.
hard.
That is a challenge.
Here is your voucher where you can make sure you go hit up Clutch Coffee.
Awesome. I appreciate you
What's
guys.
your favorite coffee drink?
Hear 'em out.
Oh, man, I love any kind of light roast. Just
I mean, they
regular
have so
light
many
roast
options,
coffee
you're going to
cream.
love it.
Yep. This will be awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
I'll be
well,
in soon
you
to see
have
ya.
the week off, so I hope you really enjoy it. You're not doing anything with Xfinity.
No, this is the first year in my career I've had a non-companion week off. So
Well, good.
I'm going to enjoy it.
So MRN is not taking the week off. We have coverage for the Xfinity Series at Road America for the Johnsonville 180. That starts Saturday at 2:30. And then Sunday, this is a switch for you, they've got the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park for the Chevrolet Silverado 250, and that is Sunday at 2 p.m. Rocko, are you going to be there?
Yes, I will be in Montreal.
Okay, but what are you doing tonight?
Tonight, I'm not sure.
Oh, you're not celebrating your son's birthday?
Ooh, thank you, Sammy.
Happy birthday, Rocko Jr.
Yep,
We
happy
will
birthday.
see
Slaw
you next
Jr.
week on MRN Crew Call.
His birthday's today. With the best that ever did it.
That's right, the best to ever do it. Who's going
Best
to do
to
it
ever
even
do it.
better at the beach
Yes,
this weekend?
I'm
Have
going
fun
to
at the
definitely
beach.
relax.
Work on that tan.
I need it, yeah. I need to get my tan going.
Can you work on mine for me too?